Morning. This is Arnie Waters here in Boston. Welcome to the world of gold and international commentary. If you're not going to be happy today, what day are you going to be happy exactly? Gold is trading around 1648 or so. This is a very important point. Gold is broken, I'm about to get technical. Gold is broken down below the 200-day moving average. The 40-day moving average has broken down below the 20-day moving average. So in other words, the Fibonacci bands, which is not a group of bands led by a guy named Fibonacci, are telling us that 1630 is the key support level. A breakdown below 1630 will result in significant declines. So we want to be very carefully watching the price of gold today. We're also expecting that gold, as we indicated to you over the last few days, is going to be in a kind of murky phase for the next little while. And as a consequence, we're encouraging people to keep their powder dry. Indeed, if you piled on in the last 60 days, you might want to lighten up. Another key factor for us in analyzing where gold is and where gold is likely to go is that the London Bullion Market Association, London Bullion Market Makers Association, has announced that the daily 1-ounce gold transfers have declined by 12.2% during the month of February. So this is another significant factor which leads us to believe that we need to keep our powder dry, even though we're sticking to our forecast by year end of 2450. Now, this is in context. Part of the context that we want to share with you, and you haven't heard anything from us about Europe for a little while, is we're ceasing to believe that Europe is really very important, except that it doesn't completely collapse. And so if it doesn't completely collapse, the United States will continue its return to its historic economic power. The reason for this is that new analysis indicates that for the first time since 1949, the United States has been an exporter of energy, an exporter of oil, an exporter of gas. Many people believe that the United States will be what it once was to world oil supply. It will be the new Middle East, as it were. In other words, these new discoveries and ways of transporting, and as pipelines get built with environmental protections built into them, the United States by 2020 is going to be the huge factor in oil and other forms of energy that the Middle East is. This will, of course, lead to another new era of United States economic strength. I want to remind you that our principal strategic competitor, China, at any one time has only a 10-day supply of oil on hand. This is most important to keep in mind strategically. But the return of the American strength in the economy has begun already. As you see other parts of the world collapse, and when I say collapse, I don't mean a worldwide depression or anything remotely resembling that. What I mean is Europe is going to be in a period of dull recession slash borderline for the next 10 or 12 years. The Chinese have got huge issues, and I'm not going to go back through them today, but I am going to say, I'm going to stick with my forecast that the resolution of their political issues is much more important than their economic situation. So the United States has got another great opportunity going forward with the stability that's been put back in the U.S. financial system to produce an extended period of American prosperity. So when we look out at the world, we want to remind ourselves that America is number one and will remain number one going into the indefinite future. This is Arnie Waters. Aim for the ice flows. Look at the uncomfortable things rather than the open water. Have a super day. Thanks.